Cindy, I need to read you something.
Okay.
Quote, I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest because man is the most dangerous animal of all.
Dylan, that has 2 spelling mistakes in it.
It does. Forest with 2 R's and animal instead of animal.
Who wrote that?
A serial killer who sent taunting letters to San Francisco newspapers for years, who called himself the Zodiac, who claimed to have killed 37 people, who sent encrypted ciphers, some of which weren't decoded for over 50 years, who wore a costume to one of his attacks, and who was never caught.
He wore a costume.
He wore a costume. Welcome to HILLarious Media. I'm Dylan.
I'm Cindy. Episode 22, The Zodiac Killer. Buckle up. This one is equal parts terrifying and genuinely baffling.
Before we get into the theatrics, let's talk about the actual crimes, because real people died, and that matters.
Absolutely. Who were the confirmed victims?
The Zodiac's confirmed attacks span from December 20th, 1968 to October 11th, 1969, a roughly 10-month period. First attack, December 20th, 1968, Lake Herman Road, Benicia, California. David Faraday, 17, and Betty Lou Jensen, 16. They were on a first date. They were shot in their car. Betty Lou was shot 5 times running from the vehicle. David was shot in the head at close range. Both died.
They were on a first date.
A first date. Second attack, July 4th, 1969, Blue Rock Springs Park, Vallejo, California. Darlene Farron, 22, and Michael Mageau, 19, shot in their car. Darlene died. Michael survived. He was shot multiple times and played dead. He later provided a description of the attacker.
He survived by playing dead.
19 years old, shot multiple times, lay still until the attacker left. That took extraordinary presence of mind. Third attack, September 27, 1969, Lake Berryessa, Napa County. Brian Hartnell, 20, and Cecilia Shepard, 22. And this is the attack where the costume appears.
Tell me about the costume.
The attacker approached them wearing a black hood with a crosshair symbol stitched on the front, the same symbol he used in his letters. He tied them up and stabbed them repeatedly. Cecilia Shepard died 2 days later. Brian Hartnell survived. Before leaving, the attacker wrote on Brian's car door the dates of the previous attacks and the words "by knife" for this one.
He left a note on the car door.
He left a note on the car door because subtlety was not his brand. Fourth confirmed attack, October 11th, 1969, San Francisco. Paul Stein, 29, a taxi driver, shot in the head. The Zodiac cut a piece of Paul's shirt and later sent it to a newspaper as proof.
He took a trophy piece of clothing and mailed it to a newspaper.
To prove he did it, because he needed everyone to know. Paul Stein is the last confirmed Zodiac victim, 5 dead across 4 attacks, 2 survivors. And then the letters started in earnest.
The letters. Walk me through them because I think this is where the case gets truly bizarre.
The Zodiac sent at least 37 letters to San Francisco Bay Area newspapers, the San Francisco Chronicle, the San Francisco Examiner, and others between 1969 and 1974, sometimes enclosing pieces of victims' clothing as proof, sometimes including encrypted ciphers, always taunting police and demanding his letters be published on the front page or he would kill again.
He demanded front-page coverage.
He had opinions about his placement in the newspaper. He signed them all Zodiac with a crosshair symbol. He wrote things like, "I am now in control of all things," and described in detail how he would kill people. He referred to his victims as his slaves who would serve him in the afterlife.
He had an afterlife plan involving enslaved victims.
A whole cosmology. The man had an elaborate mythology around himself, and he was very committed to it.
And the ciphers?
He sent 4 ciphers, encoded messages. The first, known as the Z408, was sent in 3 parts to 3 different newspapers in July 1969. A high school teacher named Donald Hardin and his wife Betty cracked it within a week. It read, and this is the quote I opened with, "I like killing people because it is so much fun," with the spelling errors. It did not contain his name as he claimed it would.
He said the cipher contained his name, and it didn't.
He lied about what was in the cipher, which is a very specific kind of infuriating. The second cipher, the Z340, sent in November 1969, was not cracked until December 2020, 51 years later. A team of amateur codebreakers solved it during the COVID lockdown.
Someone solved a 50-year-old serial killer cipher during lockdown?
During lockdown. It read, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise all the sooner." More spelling errors. No name.
He spelled paradise wrong.
He spelled paradise wrong in a cipher he apparently spent considerable time composing. The third cipher, the Z13, has never been solved. The fourth, the Z32, has also never been definitively solved, though a solution was proposed in 2021.
So 2 of the 4 ciphers remain unsolved.
2 remain unsolved, and the one that was supposed to contain his name didn't. So even if we cracked every cipher, we might not find him.
Okay, suspects, because this case has more suspects than almost any other in American true crime.
It has generated an entire industry of amateur sleuthing, books, documentaries, and very heated Reddit threads. The most famous suspect by far is Arthur Lee Allen.
Who is he?
A convicted sex offender from Vallejo, California. He came to police attention in 1971 and remained their primary suspect for decades. Multiple people who knew him reported he had spoken about wanting to hunt humans, that he called himself Zodiac, that he wore a Zodiac brand watch, the symbol of which matches the crosshair symbol used in the letters. His handwriting was analyzed. He passed a polygraph.
He passed a polygraph?
Polygraphs are not reliable, but he passed one. His home was searched. A typewriter consistent with the letters was found. Handwriting analysis was inconclusive. Some experts said it matched, others said it didn't. DNA from the envelope flap of one of the letters did not match Allen.
The DNA didn't match.
Which is either conclusive evidence he wasn't the Zodiac, or, as some investigators argued, evidence that someone else licked the envelope. Allen died in 1992 of heart failure. Still a suspect, never charged.
And the more recent suspect?
In 2021, a cold case research group called the Case Breakers publicly named Gary Francis Post, a former Air Force serviceman who died in 2018, as the Zodiac. They claim to have matched DNA, found anagram connections between his name and the ciphers, and identified physical similarities. The FBI and Vallejo police reviewed their findings and did not confirm the identification. The San Francisco Police Department, which officially holds the case, said the case remains open and unsolved.
So officially, still nobody.
Officially, after more than 50 years, the Zodiac killer has never been identified.
How many people investigated this case?
Multiple law enforcement agencies across several counties, hundreds of detectives over 5 decades, and an enormous number of civilians, amateur sleuths, code breakers, true crime writers. The Zodiac case is one of the most investigated unsolved crimes in American history, and still nothing.
Why does this case have such an enormous cultural footprint, more than almost any other unsolved case?
I think a few things. The theatrics. The Zodiac deliberately cultivated a mythology around himself. The costume, the ciphers, the letters demanding newspaper coverage. He was performing, and performance gets remembered even when it shouldn't.
He wanted to be famous.
He wanted to be famous, and he got it, which is the most infuriating part of the whole story. There have been major Hollywood films. David Fincher's Zodiac in 2007 is genuinely excellent. Books, podcasts, documentaries. The cipher solved during lockdown made international news.
And the victims?
David Faraday, Betty Lou Jensen, Darlene Ferrin, Cecilia Shepard, Paul Stein. 5 people who deserved to grow old. Their names are in footnotes, while the Zodiac symbol is on merchandise. That imbalance is something true crime as a genre has to sit with.
Including us.
Including us. We can cover this case and find it fascinating and still acknowledge that the fascination is exactly what he wanted. Both things are true.
Arthur Lee Allen. Yes or no?
My gut says yes. The circumstantial evidence is overwhelming, but the DNA is a serious problem that I can't fully dismiss. If it's his DNA on that envelope, then it isn't Alan. If someone else licked it, which is possible, then Alan remains the most compelling suspect.
I keep coming back to the fact that he died in 1992 and the case was never closed. If it was Alan and he's gone, why not close it?
Because you can't close a case on circumstantial evidence alone. You need something definitive. And nothing definitive has ever appeared.
55 years and counting.
55 years. David Faraday, Betty Lou Jensen, Darlene Farron, Cecilia Shepard, Paul Stein. We say their names.
We say their names. And to Michael McGow and Brian Hartnell, who survived and lived with this for over 50 years, we say their names too.
Thank you for being here for episode 22. Subscribe, leave us a review, drop your Zodiac theories in the comments. We know you have them.
Everyone has a Zodiac theory.
Everyone. I'm Dylan.
I'm Cindy, and if you get a letter in the mail with a crosshair symbol on it,
Don't lick the envelope.
do not lick the envelope. Good night.